Hello, this is Brian. Today is Tuesday, July 7th, or July 5th, 2022, and I'm parked here on Highway 79, California 79, at Cuyamaca Rancho State Park, at the Trout Pond Trailhead. And this is the Marty Minshall Trail, one of the better known trails here in Cuyamaca Rancho State Park. So I'm just going to go see what this has to offer. So let's see. It's very faded. This old sign here talks about the heavy forest over on Middle Peak that used to be heavy forest. That's going up towards Middle Peak right there, and that's North Peak. That's full of private property stuff. Middle Peak. There's a Middle Peak fire road that winds its way up. It doesn't quite hit the summit, but I believe it's an HPS peak. There are some people who bushwhack their way up the road's high point up to the top. I went up that way once. I was maybe about 150 feet below the summit, and I aborted trying to make it all the way up because I didn't see the route. But apparently there's a use trail you can take to get up there. It's supposed to be quite overgrown. So let's see what we got here on the Trout Pond Trailhead. So this is one thing that Cuyamaca Rancho and this area in San Diego County is very well known for. It's tons of meadows. Right now we're about an elevation of 4,650 feet, almost level with Cuyamaca Lake. We're really close to it actually, but this is what one of our montane meadows look like. So let's see, we're about to enter this willow grove here. Looks like primarily Arroyo Willow. And there's the famous stone wall peak. Very well known and popular hike here at Cuyamaca Rancho. And of course, Cuyamaca Peak itself. That's Cuyamaca Peak, second highest peak in San Diego County, 6,512 feet. And a lot of people hike it from the Lookout Fire Road, which is accessed from right by Paso Picacho Campground, which is not that far from here. And it's a pretty decent slog up to the peak. I've done it that way on the fire road. But maybe next time I might go up with the Middle Peak Fire Road and maybe branch off on the Conejos Trail. We're just entering this beautiful willow area. It smells incredible over here. The meadow smells really good. So here we are. This is Arroyo Willow. It's the predominant species over here, Salix lasiolepis. No big surprise because it's a very common species here in SoCal. Very common, period. And then we got some snowberry. Probably Symphoricarpos. It could be some. I'm not sure exactly what species this is, but this could be Symphoricarpos mollis. I think that one's supposed to be one of the more upright ones. I'm not hip to my snowberries. I really am not too experienced with those. But we also got a lot of California rose, so it's probably a good source of underground water here, sustaining this verdant oasis here. So, oh, mosquitoes are biting. Forgot about that. For some reason didn't think about that. Now's where we're going to start getting pretty narrow over here. So at Cuyamaca Rancho in the summer. It's a beautiful day out. It's only in the low, I think it's only in the low 70s right now, and it's around 2 o'clock in the afternoon. So it's very nice weather, especially for this time of year. It can get downright hot at this elevation, I think. You get at least in the upper 80s, maybe low 90s sometimes. So quite lovely over here. This is quite beautiful. Still pretty close to the road. You can see there. So I was wondering what kind of botanical treasures I'd find here. Probably quite a few species here of grasses, sedges, and forbs that I'm not fluent in yet, but maybe a little research, I could get myself a little more hip to it. Beautiful over here, I'll tell you. There's some pines up ahead too. I think some of the largest pines, some of the largest pines in Southern California, I think occurred here. I know Middle Peak and Cuyamaca used to have 900-year-old sugar pines. Have you ever watched this one naturalist channel called Nature Bites Videos? Check out their channel. Most of their content's several years old, but they have a video about the sugar pine, and they show some of the smaller sugar pines near Cuyamaca Peak that survived the cedar fire of 2003. And then, two parts of the video, you'll see the naturalist Bill Howell standing in front of a snag of an enormous sugar pine. And if the guy were to lay down next to the tree, it would be way wider than he is tall. It was an absolutely gargantuan sugar pine. Fortunately, it's a dead snag. It might have fallen since then too, but that is definitely probably a candidate for a tree that was well over 200 feet tall. That's pretty nice. There's the meadow. There's another part of the main meadow, and here I am. I think I have a lot of time left on this battery. Did some hiking in the Laguna Mountains nearby a little while ago. Now I'm just here checking out what this area has to offer. Cool thing about this area is we're right next to the junction of Cuyamaca Rancho State Park and Anza-Borrego Desert State Park. Southern mule's ears, Ovata. That's another meadow species. And it's in bloom right now. Southern mule's ears, Ovata. Beautiful plant. Yeah, I think this is Symphoricarpos mollis, soft snowberry. Because these tend to be more upright. I think Symphoricarpos mollis is the more upright species. Don't quote me on that. And of course, I'll do a little reading when I get home to double check my facts. I'm getting the idea that this is Symphoricarpos mollis. There are at least 3 species of Symphoricarpos here. Symphoricarpos albus, And I think it's variety laevigatus, I think is a variety of it, I believe. Symphoricarpos mollis and Symphoricarpos rotundifolius variety parishii, parish snowberry, which usually I'll see that one in the higher mountain ranges, usually above 5,500 feet. Meadow here, look at this. There's North Peak right there again. As I pointed out at the beginning of the clip, that's all laden with private property. So me being a person who loves to climb peaks, you know, thinking about one day, oh, is there a way to get up there? Unless you own property up there, probably not going to find a way to do so legally. I mean, it's always looked tempting. Every time I've been in the area, I've seen it, think to myself, I'd like to hike that. Of course, Middle Peak, like I said early on in the video, I made it about 95% of the way up there. And next time I'm going to try harder to find a way to get up there. I'm going to look at all the GPS tracks on Peak Bagger, and people do make it up there. They actually make it up to the summit. And I would like to be one to do so. As of now, Cuyamaca is the only peak I've summited here in Cuyamaca Rancho. That was 7 years ago. But yeah, underneath North Peak, you can see parts of Cuyamaca Lake. I would think that this area sometimes probably does fill up with water occasionally when the water level rises in Cuyamaca Lake. But since we've been in and out of drought almost repeatedly for the last several years, been in and out, it's just been a royal pain to get a lot of water to accumulate around here. Keep reading about Lake Mead in southern Nevada, and I feel bad. It's pretty crazy. Well, I think what I'm going to do now is I'm going to get ready to film a spotlight video. So thanks for watching. I just wanted to show you a little piece of this area. Never filmed in Cuyamaca Rancho, and hope you enjoy my little taste of the beauty of this place. I can just imagine what it was like 20 years ago before the cedar fire, when all those humongous snags up there were full-blown living trees. Oh well. Still a great place to come. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you in another